Alright, here we are in the finals of our vintage cube after an insane round two. Oh, Mother of Rune. So, looks like we are up against an aggro deck. Yeah, we'll just lead on Forest. We'll see if we can save this fetch to play with Courser. If we draw another land. Mother of Runes might be a problem. Attacks with the Mother of Runes. Kozalik, Butcher of Truth. Well, Woodland Cemetery passed the turn. Him makes us discard Maelstrom Pulse and Pattern of Rebirth. Alright, that's not the end of the world. Gets in with Mother. Wall of Roots. I think we're just going to get a Trop and play Courser anyway. Tropical Island, Courser of Kruvix. See what's on top of our deck. Ponder. Ponder's not a bad option. Let's us stack our deck for Courser. Also slows down the Mother of Runes beats. Would be nice to be able to finish this off with a win after such an intense round two. Him is quite the card. Man. So good. Hero's Downfall to take down the Courser. Alright. I guess we just ponder looking for lands mostly. Liliana. We don't have the black mana for Liliana yet. So I guess we go... I think we just draw the island. Play the island. Play the Wall of Roots. And then just pass for now. I don't think we need to Imperial Seal quite yet. We might need to save that for an upheaval. If things get out of control. Ooh, Mind Twist X3. Alright. That's not good. Our opponent has a lot of discard. We shuffle everything back in, which isn't the worst. But now we're empty-handed and don't have much going on. Strip Mine. I don't even think we use it, honestly. I think if we draw a Primeval Titan or something, we're going to want it. Or an Upheaval. Ooh, Elspeth. Ooh, all that discard is pretty good. Gonna get in with the Mother. The nice thing about this deck is we do always have outs. If we ever just draw an Upheaval... Well, put the Pattern Rebirth on our wall. Now if we draw a removal spell, we can suddenly get an Emrakul. And we can also start removing counters. So eventually we can kill our wall that way. Should have removed one last turn. So it's going to be close. We might be dead. Down to 8. Alright, add a mana with wall. Add a mana with wall. This might be enough to save us. Assuming they don't draw a path or something. Gets in with Mother of Runes. Oh, this would be crazy if it works. Down to 4. Remove a counter. Through the breach. Remove a counter. Pass the turn. So what we need to do is remove this last counter. When the wall dies, get an Emrakul and block the Mother of Runes. and hope our opponent doesn't have something that can kill the Emrakul. So here comes the Mother of Runes. Wait for it to attack. Remove our last counter. We get to search our library, get an Emrakul. Can our opponent kill the Emrakul somehow at instant speed? Block the Mother of Runes. And I think now we're going to strip mine. Our opponent needs something good. Is this actually going to work? Unburial Rites the Mother of Runes. I don't think that does it. Ooh, and a Zenith. Alright, so we get to attack the Elspeth. Because we got to get that off the battlefield. Opponent has to sack Elspeth and 6 permanents. Oh, I can't believe that worked. What are the odds? We have won some of the craziest games. Puts our opponent to... Oh, it doesn't lose any life because we were attacking Elspeth. Well, we will Green Sun Zenith. Get... Eternal Witness. Eternal Witness, get back Strip Mine. Strip Mine, kill our opponent's last mana source. And if they got a way to answer this, then good for them. Oh my gosh. We have found the craziest ways to put Emrakul into play. Do we want the Eureka? That's the one way we haven't put an Emrakul into play. It might be good against their deck. If they're playing Mother of Runes, they're probably playing a lot of little things. We saw a lot of non-creatures. Let's bring it in. Why not? Maybe we can randomly get them that way. It's so risky, though. Actually, we should just bring in Song of the Dryad, probably. That's a little less intense. And what are we taking out? Guess we can go down a Regrowth. Oh, we gotta watch out for all that discard. Ooh, man. No blue mana at the moment. But we got a solid hand. No Mother of Runes to worry about. Alright, we'll just play a Deathrite. Orzhov Signet for our opponent. Wouldn't mind a blue source. Verdant Catacombs, that gets us a blue source. So we can sack this, get a tropical island. Or we could add 3 mana. Yeah, I think we just ponder. Or first we Green Suns. Do we want to exile that land or do we need to keep it there for the future? Let's just attack with Deathrite and then play Wall of Roots. And that sets us up so if we just happen to draw an Eldrazi, we can through the breach it in next turn. Oh, looks like Mind Twist. That's bad news. Mind Twist X3. Well, we kept the Green Sun Zenith in the Ponder, so that's not the end of the world. Fintorn Elves. Well, let's ponder. I think we're going to take the Strip Mine here. So let's put Temple Eternal Witness, Strip Mind. No shuffles. Play the Strip Mind. Strip Mind our opponent's planes. Play Fyndhorn Elves. And then I think we have to just attack here. So next turn, if we want to, we can E-Wit back the Strip Mine. And it looks like we might want to. So let's Eternal Witness, get back the Strip Mine. They didn't do anything last turn, so it stands to reason if we Strip Mine their white source again, they won't be able to do anything next turn. Do some more attacking. How close are we to getting a Primeval Titan? 1, 2, 3. Not super close. The Abyss. That is annoying. So I guess we have to sack something. What do we sack? Guess we can just sack Eternal Witness. And then we can Zenith for what? 1, 2. Not enough. Well, I guess we might as well Zenith. Exile a land. We'll Zenith for everything. I guess we can get a Courser. Isn't bad. So actually, we'll just Zenith for 4 and get the Courser. Or for 3. Get the Courser. Simic Signet on top. Play the land. I think we're going to scry the Signet to the bottom. Land on top. Not exciting. Pass the turn. So we're losing something every turn to that Abyss, unfortunately. It would have been sweet if we could have used that Pattern of Rebirth. Guess we got to sack Wall of Roots, unfortunately. So, play the Forest. Gains us a life. Do some attacking. Opponent goes down to 13. A virtual 12, because we can exile that Mind Twist. Journey to Nowhere. What, hitting our Courser? Deathrite. Alright. So we will exile Mind Twist. Puts our opponent to 11. This also kind of locks our opponent out of the game, though, unless they have an artifact. So we'll sack our Fyndhorn Elves. Play the island off the top. Kozleek. Alright, let's get in with Courser. Play Elvish Mystic so we can sack it instead of the Courser. There's another plains for our opponent. Alright, we gotta sack our Elvish Mystic. Get a land from Courser. Ooh, there's a Thirst, that's good. Attack with Courser. So, this is gonna be interesting. We're gonna lose our Courser. That Abyss has done a number on us. But we have a Thirst we can use, so let's... I think we just wait. We might Thirst to end of turn. I don't know what we're really rooting for here, though. Our opponent is also locked behind their own Abyss. Unless they can find a big artifact threat. I guess we could thirst and look for an answer to the Abyss. Now let's play Temple of Malice. Put the forest to the bottom. Pass the turn. Now we could look for a Through the Breach, now that we have red mana. Swamp. Let's hold on to the swamp so we can potentially discard it to this thirst. I think this is probably the turn that we actually thirst. Elspeth. Well, Elspeth doesn't do much at the moment. Makes a soldier that our opponent is going to have to sack. We're going to have to sack one of those. Alright, let's thirst for knowledge. Ooh, that was good. Well, let's discard land, and do we want to discard the Kozalik here or the land? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's discard the 2 lands and see what happens. Elves of Deep Shadow. So we can play Primeval Titan, search out a couple more lands, and I guess, Wooded Foothills and Island, and then play Elves of Deep Shadow as something we can sacrifice in place of the Primeval Titan. And then hopefully we don't get hit by him. That would be pretty bad here. If we don't, we have the option to Upheaval or Kozalik next turn. Makes a soldier. Uh-oh. What's this? Elish Norn. Well, that's kind of bad news. So we are going to have to sack our Primeval Titan, and we can't Kozalik. Gruul Signet. Well, I guess we're going to have to Upheaval here. Not exciting, but we got to do it. So we got to sack this Wooded Foothills. Get a forest. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Blah 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 blah. Upheaval. Gets us back our death right. Bounces everything. Then we get to play Gruul Signet and a Temple, I believe, to get the Scry. Simic Signet. Do we want Simic Signet? It could be good. I don't think it matters because I think we're actually going to discard this Kozalik here and shuffle everything back in, because we are getting kind of low on cards. So we can discard Forest and Kozalik. Shuffle our graveyard back into our library. Not the best upheaval, but a reasonable upheaval. And a necessary one. Gonna make our opponent discard a bunch of stuff. There's a Mother of Runes. What will our opponent discard? Elish Norn. Vampire Nighthawk. Ooh, they pitched the Signet? That's a bit surprising. Ooh, Song of the Dryad. Well, I think we have to just do that on the Mother of Rune. Actually, no. Should we? It can give things protection, but it gives them another mana. If we don't do it, we will spend it on Elspeth, which might be better. Maybe that's what we gotta do, is wait in Song of the Dryad on in Elspeth, which means we should have probably played that Scryland. Journey to Nowhere. So we'll exile the Shallow Grave. Puts our opponent to 5. And, well, we'll play Simic Signet. Play Temple of Malice for the Scry. We will creep Green Sun Zenith. In 2 turns, we can potentially get a Primeval Titan. Next turn, it would just be like a Courser or something. I'm not sure if that's worth it. Might have to wait for the Primeval Titan. There's the Seeker of the Way. We knew about that. No attacks. Do we need to just get a Courser here? I think we can wait. Let's play Trop and just wait. Our opponent's probably going to play Elspeth. But I think we need to get a Primeval Titan to get some more lands. In case we ever draw into our big spells. And then eventually we'll Song of the Dryad on the Elspeth. Our opponent might just pump it up on that Seeker of the Way. And we also have an Upheaval we can always draw back into. Yep, so we're going to take 6 in the air with lifelink, unfortunately. Ooh, Pattern. Alright, well, let's play land. Green Sun Zenith for Primeval Titan. Opponent might be able to immediately kill it. Primeval Titan gets a couple more lands. Verdant Catacombs and Strip Mine, I guess. Pass the turn. See if our opponent has a removal spell to kill our Primeval Titan. Looks like. Yep, Hero's Downfall. So that's going to pump up the Seeker of the Way. So we're going to take 6 or 7 more in the air if they attack with Mother Runes. They might be able to get there doing this if we don't draw anything. We are going to have 10 mana, so we could play a Kozilek if we drew one. So we take 6. We're going to crack Verdant Catacombs on our upkeep, thin our deck a bit. Get a Forest. Ooh, Liliana. Well, I guess we need to Song of the Dryad Elspeth. And we could Strip Mine Elspeth. That would be pretty sweet, just to say we did it. Do we just wait? If we draw a creature, we can play a creature. Liliana. We could just Liliana, make our opponent sack the Mother of Runes. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I think we just wait. I think we play land, wait. If we draw a 1-drop, which we have a lot of, or a 2-drop, we can play it, put the pattern on it, and then Liliana ourselves to get that Emrakul. What's our opponent have? Oh, and Burial Rites to Elishnorn? Does that kill us? Yeah, I think so. Yep, that's 8. Alright. Well, I guess that was a misplay on my part. I should have taken the Elishnorn out of the graveyard. Well, I guess we could bring in Bribery. That's another pretty good whammy against our opponent. And what are we taking out? Maybe the pattern? Yeah, we'll take out the pattern. Bring in bribery, since we can know we can bribery for Elishnorn at least. Now, this is a pretty rampy hand. See where it gets us. Hopefully we don't get hit by a turn 2 him. That would be bad. What we want to do is just ramp into this Primeval Titan, I guess, with Green Sun Zenith. Emrakul. Well, I guess we're going to keep Emrakul, because that means if we ever find a way of getting through the breach, we should be able to win on the spot. Untap land. And Mother of Runes. Well, let's just play Wall of Roots here. Come on, no him. Him would be super bad at the moment. Alright, no him coming from that hand. Ooh, Una's Prowler. Lets our opponent discard a card for their reanimation plan. What do we draw? Verdant Catacombs. Well, let's just play Courser, see what's on the top of our deck. Eternal Witness. Do we want to draw Eternal Witness? Well, let's play Verdant Catacombs and think about it. Opponent's probably going to attack with Una's Prowler. Yep. So we take 3. We're not going to discard anything. Orzhov Signet. I don't think we want to draw Eternal Witness here, so let's sack Verdant Catacombs. Get a Swamp? Yeah, let's get a Swamp in case we draw Liliana. Maelstrom Pulse, not bad. And there's the Eternal Witness again. Well, we're just going to Maelstrom Pulse the Orzhov Signet, keep our opponent off of mana. Tropical Island, gain a life. Simic Signet. Pass the turn. So if we have a land on the top of our deck under Eternal Witness, we can Green Sun Zenith for Primeval Titan, and that would be pretty sweet. Otherwise, we probably just Eternal Witness to get back a land. I'm worried our opponent's hand is probably pretty good if they kept this 2-lander. They must have a hand where they have the potential to reanimate something that's pretty good if things go right. Soldier of the Pantheon. Alright, that's not too scary. No land. Alright, so let's just Eternal Witness, get back Verdant Catacombs, play Verdant Catacombs, gain a life, then just pass the turn. Opponent goes to attacks, hits us with Una's Prowler, down to 14. Alright, we don't want to draw the Finhorn Elves, so we're going to sack this. Get a Stomping Ground tapped. Is it Signet on top? Not too exciting. Elvish Mystic. Alright, so now we Primeval Titan off of Green Sun Zenith. Gets us some more lands. And we will get a Strip Mine and a Temple of Malady, I think. And we're kind of going to waste the Scry because we actually want that land. So we're going to leave the land on top because we can play it with Courser. Oh, and then Bribery. Oh, that's a big one. Alright, so we just passed the turn. Well, our opponent's going to have to do something pretty good this turn to not die to their own Elish Norn from our bribery. And we're going to get to strip mine one of their 2 lands. So they need to... Oh, they drew land! Well, let's see if this does it. Does this let our opponent do something major? They're going back to 2 lands next turn, and we're casting bribery, potentially to get a Elish Norn and wipe their board. So they need a major play. Buried Alive. Tricky. So they're going to get their 3 best creatures, or the 3 creatures they most want to avoid getting hit by bribery, and put them in their graveyard. They're going to attack with Una's Prowler. Well, we draw bribery. We... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, we're just going to cast this bribery, even though they just cast Buried Alive. So, cast bribery, targeting our opponent. See what's in their deck. Bitter Blossom, Council's... They don't have any creatures, actually. Okay, so bribery's a whiff. But we get to attack with Primeval Titan. Get 2 more lands. It'll be Wooded Foothill and Woodland Cemetery. Deathrite shuffles back to the top of the library somehow. We go up to 16. Opponent's going to block and give it protection, but it only saves 1 life. It doesn't do that much. But I guess you might as well. And then we cast Izzet Signet. Strip mine our opponent. Pass the turn back. See if they can kill us. We're mostly worried about them reanimating something. Alright, Hero's Downfall takes care of our Primeval Titan. That does slow us down a little bit. I think we're going to sack this Wooded Foothills on our upkeep to not draw the Deathrite Shaman. Get a Forest. Draw an Elvish Mystic. Not much better. Ugh, and a Findhorn Elves on top. Alright, play Elvish Mystic. We're just short on mana from Emrakul. And our opponent does have that Shallow Grave. If they ever draw it, they get to reanimate Elish Norn, and we probably just lose. Alright, they get in with Una's Prowler. We're down to 10. Mind Twist hits our Emrakul. Jeez. Oh, that's great, though, because now we have Kozilek on top and we get to cast it? Oh, thank you, opponent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That worked out excellently. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Kozilek, Butcher of Truth, draws us 4 cards, including an Upheaval. Do we want to play Deathrite or leave up Thirst? Let's play Deathrite. Alright, play Deathrite. Opponent gains life. Pass the turn. I guess we can still Thirst by sacking our Wall of Roots if we want to. Well, if our opponent can't kill us this turn or make us discard, then I think we win with this Upheaval. Because we can replay a lot of things. We have so much mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes! We got there! Oh, man. those were some long, crazy, grindy games, but we did it. So, whoo! Especially that second match was insane. Anyway, that's been Rough Drafts playing Vintage Cube, and I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to check out the website, mtggoldfish.com. Dex prices and metagame strategy, pretty much everything and anything you could want for Magic the Gathering. Also, if you enjoyed the video, click the subscribe button that's about to pop up on the bottom of your screen. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you all for watching, and I will talk to you soon.